What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's just brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. Okay. I was watching the Love and Marriage Huntsville episode that just recently came out, and Marsau is nothing but consistent when it comes to being disrespectful and, in my personal opinion, a liar, if nothing else, because there was this scene where he and his wife Letitia met up with Chris Fletcher and his wife Nell, which I don't know if you all who have been watching the show caught this, but it's clear that either the people who handle putting the words on the screen don't really pay attention, or they just didn't really know Nell that well, because there were a few scenes before, maybe not in this second half of this season, but in the first part, where they put her name on the screen as Nail, Nail, like hitting the nail on the head with the hammer, when her name is Nell, Nell, like Nell Carter from Give Me a Break. Not comparing the two people, but you get what I'm saying. I'm talking about the name. But anyway, I caught that. I don't know if you all caught that, but if you did, let me know in the comments. But anyway, this isn't about that, but this is about this. There was the scene where they met up for a double date for dinner. And I'm not even going to lie to you. At first, I was like, when Nell and Chris started asking Letitia and Marsau why they were not invited to the Black Business Expo as well as to be speakers. At first I was like, why do they even care? Because it was not a professional atmosphere anyway, but two, it's kind of weird to be asking someone that question if they didn't ask you. But at first, that's my first impression. When I first heard them asking them about it, I was like, whoa, where's this coming from? But then I thought about it. And I said, you know what? Not just because of their professional business experience as well as the years that they have been in business, should they have felt slighted to be asked to come to the expo and to be speakers? Because let's be honest, the panel of speakers was not very coherent. They didn't really answer many questions. And Marsau, he's one of those people that likes to try to sound intellectual, intelligent, eloquent, trying to make, these things make sense, speaking analogies and all of these different things and scenarios and trying to make comparisons where it really doesn't even add up or match. But you let a fool speak and then you kind of let them reveal themselves as being a fool. But anyway, yeah, to have them on the panel, that might have been a breath of fresh air, because Nell said, look, I've been a daycare owner for 29 years, as well as Chris has been in business for many years as well as a real estate developer. And Marsau is just so freaking disrespectful. When they asked him, like, what do you think we did? And then Marsau says, well, I thought Chris, did what he did in business and you were his pretty wife. And this is how he really believes, because at one point I was like, maybe this is a persona that he's just trying to play for the camera because he likes to be the antagonist. He likes to be hated. He likes to be the villain. Because there are some people that do like that. They get off on it. Like Omarosa used to when she was on reality TV back in the day. I think she kind of got off on being seen as a villain and just kind of kept that up over the years. But no, this is how he really feels. But when I thought about it, I said, something? Remember, it was either last season or a couple of seasons ago when Tisha's mom was trying to get the deal on whether Marsau had cheated on her daughter or not. And there are all these rumors swirling. And Letitia was like, unless I see the nail print in his hands and all this stuff, I'm not going to believe, like Doubting Thomas was believing that Jesus had returned. Letitia was like, I'm not going to believe it unless I see him doing it with my own eyes. Anyway, when Letitia started to ask him questions, there was this scene when they were in the car and she was like really confronting him about him being in Atlanta during a time when she was not aware of it. And she said, why were you in Atlanta and who were you with? And he said that he was with Chris Fletcher. But when he said that, it did not sound believable. It sounded like he just thought of a name real quick, someone that she may not be real close to, where she would not think to reach out to this person to verify the information. So she would just somewhat believe it because he is in real estate. So it kind of made more sense to me, and I kind of understood more as to their reasons why they were confronting them about not being asked to, one, come to the Black Business Expo, as well as to be speakers on the panel. You get what I'm saying? So the audacity of him to use Chris to cover up his alleged dirty dealings behind his wife's back, but wouldn't even think to invite them to the Black Business Expo and have them to speak, as well as, did you hear him say, I don't really know what you do? So if you don't really know what he does, why were you in Atlanta with Chris Fletcher? That doesn't even make sense. So it's like, Tisha, like Bird Brain, do you remember that your husband said this is the man that he was in Atlanta with when you confronted him about being there when you didn't know about it, when all of these rumors were swirling about him cheating? And I'll be honest with you guys, even I know some hoes, they'll just sleep with anybody, so it doesn't even matter. But I still, because I'm a woman of reasoning, I still wonder who would want to sleep with him. I mean, we know Tisha had low self-esteem, still does. She's trying to cover it up now by wearing more revealing clothing, more tight-fitting clothing, getting the hair done every 3 days or whatever. Like every time you see her, she's got a new hairdo or a new unit on or wig or whatever she calls them. And I don't have any problem with a woman taking care of themselves. You do feel better about yourself when you feel like you're looking better and you're keeping yourself up. I get it. I don't have a problem with that. But to just look at her from the first season to now, she was extremely homely. I'm not saying she was ugly, but she was definitely more homely. And now it's just weird to see her almost all the time, cleavage out, midriff out, tight spandex pants. Like, it's like she's almost like a completely, totally different person. But hey, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, all of these things I feel that she was doing to be the apple of her husband's eye, and they're trying to schedule these date nights out or whatever. Cool, do that. I do believe that couples, especially who are married, and when you have children and you know, the children usually take up more of your time because of all the responsibilities that you have for them, you definitely should take the time for each other. But he never seems interested really in being around her. It's almost like Tisha is his fourth child. In my opinion, that's what it looks like sometimes. And it's extremely uncomfortable for me to just watch and see. But for him to say to Chris, I don't really know what you all do. Well, why were you with him in Atlanta? Well, at least that's what you told Tisha. And speaking of what he told Tisha, when they got off of the topic of the expo, and she was trying to make what we, I guess, would call small talk, and she started asking them questions about if they ever dealt with infidelity in their marriage. Who would ask a question like that to somebody just out of the blue? Now, Tisha knows that they have, because I'm sure she's seen it, because they have to. It's part of them being on the show. They have to watch the episodes, whether they intently watch the episodes or not, whatever. But they have to watch the episodes. So even if they never spent time with the Fletchers like that, they know that that is something that they said that they have dealt with before. So why would Tisha ask them a question like that? Was it to try to make them look weird, or was she projecting because she knows that they're a couple that have been married for a much longer time than she has, even though they've been married for 16 years or something like that at this point. So they have been married for a long time too. But if she always says that I've never dealt with infidelity in my marriage, why are you asking another couple about it? So obviously you do feel that it is something that you have dealt with. Even if it was never physical, it definitely may have been with the eyes or emotional, going back and forth with people in DMs and women sending you butt shots and boob shots and stuff like that. No, that's not right either. And so why would Tisha just ask them a question like that out of the blue? But even though she asked the question, he shut her down. Why did he shut her down? Now, granted, I agree that the question was inappropriate to ask them out of the blue like that, but yet and still, Marsau never wants to go down that road of talking about cheating and infidelity because it's something that I feel that he tries to cover up of his own dealings. So anyway, very, very strange to see that he would say to Chris, especially in front of Tisha, well, I don't really know what you do, but yet he told Tisha that he was in Atlanta with Chris with regards to something that had to do with real estate development, right? So did Tisha just forget that? It's really, really strange. And the fact that Marsau loves to try to say that he does not respect product-based businesses, the majority of the businesses in this country are product-based businesses. You know, from hair care products, skincare products, such as what I have. I started a skincare line in 2017. I'm a licensed esthetician. From, you know, he liked to throw shade on the t-shirts, but who the freak cares? Product-based businesses are clothing, shoes. Have you ever heard of Jordans? Like, what the hell is he talking about? Marsau just continues to uncover his stupidity when he speaks. For him to say, I don't respect product-based businesses. But yet, Tisha was so enthusiastic and so happy at first when Stormy agreed to be on the panel and to have a booth at their Black Business Expo. The majority of the businesses, of the small businesses that came to present at their expo were product-based businesses. What is his freaking problem? He is such an idiot. Did he go around to everyone's booth and say, look, I don't respect your business because it's product-based, but give me my $100. Like, he is so stupid. I'm sorry. That was like one of the most idiotic, ridiculous statements that I have heard him make. When, in all honesty, all he had to do is say, look, I don't like Melody. I actually like her. I really want her. And I'm mad that I can't have her. So I'm going to throw shade on her. I don't respect her business. That's really what it was about. That's really what it was about. And we know he tried to do it to Stormy's husband, Courtney, when Courtney came and confronted him at his lounge. Well, you might have a lounge, but your lounge sells products. Your lounge sells sliders and cheese fries, I guess. Maybe some crab cakes. I don't know. Your lounge sells drinks, cigars. He is so stupid. Oh my God. Like, did you all catch that? He doesn't respect product-based businesses, but the nigga has a product-based business. They had the chocolate in a bottle. I heard that that's not even their company. But anyway, listen, I just had to speak on that because as someone that has a product-based business myself, I have several products, as a matter of fact, as well as a business where we serve the public with services, and the services that we provide provides products that we use to provide the services. He's just one of the stupidest people in business that I have seen to date. I don't respect product-based businesses. Wow. He is an idiot, guys.
I had dinner with the Scotts, Marsau and Tish. Oh, did you?
Yes. So we was trying to clear the air about the expo.
Okay.
Did
y'all get it cleared?
I think we got it cleared.
Okay.
We kind of went back and forth, Tish. She wants to move forward, but she really don't know how she feel about letting me in because of my friendship. Kind of feel with you. And I told her, this is not high school. We're not in college. We're grown women. What me and Mel do shouldn't have nothing to do with what me and you do.
Well, first let me say this. You and I, our friendship didn't have any bearance when it came to you guys patronizing their business and hanging at their establishment, right?
Right.
They didn't put you out because you're friends with me, right? So it sounds like...
Yeah. It does. But I think we probably going to be in a good space. I don't know how they're going to feel after I drop this tea or what he said about the expo and you're not speaking.
Me not speaking?
Yeah. Marsau said that he
Why
didn't
was he
think.
talking about me?
Well, we all got into this conversation of who spoke, who didn't speak, and he just brought up he just didn't feel like he should have to pay anybody to speak, especially you all. He didn't think you guys were professional enough. And he specifically said if anybody was going to get paid, it should have been Maurice or either Stormy because their business been open longer. And I said, well, I don't know if I totally agree.
If we're gonna not throw jabs, then let's not throw jabs because we all can throw some jabs. Like I could say, well, I don't want to be on the stage or participate in an expo with people calling themselves business people who have a $5-point-something million lawsuit for fraud. How about that? And truth be told, I've been running a business since 2008. Why are you so worried about my coins?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Just be happy of the coins that I'm putting in your pocket because I had a dream and a vision. Just say thank you.
Yeah, it was a t-shirt shade for me.
Last I checked, they got sweatshirts for sale that say black across them. So what's your point? Last I checked, your wife was selling mugs that said the blueprint, my life on it.
Right.
So miss me with the little jab
Yeah.
stuff like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I put several checks in your pocket.
Yeah.
So for you not to want to pay, that's your choice. I don't have no problem with, like, I wasn't even going to take it personal.
Right.
But then don't be trying to low-key attack me on the slide personally either.
Yeah.
I think it's so pathetic and absurd for these men, these black men, to continue to try to belittle and attack black women that they see being successful. It's lame, it's whack, it's petty, and they pathetic. And I'll tell them that they face.
Well, you heard what Melody had to say, and it's the absolute truth. Now, I honestly, I've seen it. It's not everyone in life that is ungrateful, but unfortunately, a lot of people, especially the days that we're living in, I've had it happen to me, where you help people, you help build them up, you literally teach them the skills that they gain in order to be able to do a lot of the things that they've gotten the ability to do. And then they give you both butt cheeks to kiss as they move along and walk out the door, and then try to act as if you never helped them in any way, shape, or form. And that's just the world that we're living in these days. Again, like I said, it's not every single person. So I understand where Melody is coming from because I've seen it and I've experienced it when it comes to people in business, how ungrateful some people can be when you have helped them out. Because I stand on what Melody said because I had a dream and a vision. I put several checks, not just coins, checks in your bank account, like literally me, direct deposit. And they will give you their butt cheeks to kiss as they leave and act as if you didn't help them in any way, shape, or form. So I understand where Mel's coming from when it comes to what she said with that. But yeah, if you watched the episode and you saw and heard what Marsau said about not respecting product-based businesses, he was just full of shit. And I'm just over him. This show, honestly, I really am over. I do still watch it. I don't say, oh, it's 8:00 on Saturday night, I got to watch it. No, I'm watching it after, on demand when I feel like it, when I have time. But he is ridiculous. And Nell wasn't being messy by coming back and telling Melody about that. She should know about it. I mean, she eventually would have seen it anyway, right? So why not let her know what was said? So for him to say, well, if anyone was going to be paid as a speaker, I felt like it would have been Maurice and Stormy because they've been in business longer. What does Maurice do? What does he do? From what I heard, he doesn't even have a law license. Like, from what I heard, I don't know. But what I heard, he hasn't even passed the bar exam for the state of Alabama. He just went to law school and has some sort of certificate. I don't get it. Like, what business does he have? I still don't know. It's weird to me. And what real expo or conference, when they have successful speakers come, unless the person chooses to volunteer to speak, do they not get paid? There are people who get paid just to be speakers. Seriously. So he's ridiculous. He doesn't know what the heck he's talking about. So I just wanted to discuss that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.